Hey guys, I'm Luke.
And I'm Cooper, and we're the Coyle twins. So for this video, we figured we'd do a story time for you guys.
And honestly, we probably have like the worst luck ever. But
It's actually sad.
But I always say, if something bad happens, it always makes for a good story somehow.
Yeah, so now you guys can kind of just laugh and be entertained by us. Okay, so this story starts about 2 months ago. We moved into college, everything was great, we were going good.
And basically what they kind of have like a floor meeting, and
I don't know if all colleges have this.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Most of our friends that go to different colleges, they said like they had a floor meeting or whatever
basically
it was.
like the RA will like talk to everyone and like just kind of goes over like the rules and regulations.
Second day we got an email, our RA so sweet and cute, she was like, oh, we have a floor meeting today at 7, everyone be there. I'm like, alright, cool, we got this, like, we're gonna be good at college.
We're gonna be good at college.
So long story short,
And whenever he says long story short, that does not mean it's gonna be short at all. He's still gonna give every detail.
Yeah,
and, like,
'cause
so
if you knew us, we give you every detail. We tell you what time of day it is, if it was hot, if it was cold, what we were wearing, what they looked like, the whole, we give you the whole shebang, so you guys aren't missing out anything, so you can completely envision this story.
Alright, let's get on with the story.
Okay. Oh yeah, and by the way, we always talk with our hands.
Like,
We're just like, we're robots.
this
kind
is
of.
like so cheesy right
Like, you
now.
know, the Italians, when they're always like, ravioli, ravioli.
Ravioli, ravioli.
Give me the diplomioli. Oh wait, when we were graduating, it was ravioli, ravioli.
Okay,
Give me the diplomioli. Okay. Okay. Story time. Here we go. So here was the first red flag. So we got to a floor meeting. Everyone was really sweet and like nice, they seemed. And we're all just sitting down like on our floor, a floor meeting. That's how they normally go.
We thought everything would be okay, but then I look over to my left, and these two girls next to us, they whip out their notepads, they're writing everything down.
They had the
have
school
their
ID,
IDs
like-
on, and I was like, oh, okay. It was never that serious, but okay. I was just kind of
Well, no,
confused
the
by
weird
that.
thing was, we were the only ones talking. That's like a normal kind of thing for us.
They were all mean.
But everyone was, I was like, wait, like, are we missing something?
Okay, so as time went on, things got a little more suspicious too with them. Like, we'd be outside for like a fire drill, and these two girls that like live next door to us, like our neighbors, they like came up to us, and she was like, yeah, like sometimes I can hear what you guys are like saying in your room, and we'll listen to your conversations. And I was like, wait, like that's weird. Like,
Me?
I actually feel kind of violated right now. Like it was just like
Well,
strange.
me being myself, I'm like, oh, like, I didn't really think anything of it. I'm like, oh, okay, like, you can hear us. Like,
That was
that's
definitely a
kinda
red
weird.
flag. It was definitely a red flag. Yeah.
So, as the weeks went on, the days went on, just more things kept on happening. We have a garbage chute at the end of our floor, and you know me, throwing out my garbage, being a mom, and all of a sudden, like, a girl, like, pops up behind me. I'm like,
That was weird.
what? And it was the girls that live next door to us, and she was like, hey, like, why are you using such a big bag to throw out your garbage? Girl, like, I'm not wasting a million small bags, I'm just putting in one bag and then throwing it in.
I don't
Like,
know,
they were the
just-
kind of people that
They
were
were
anal
kind of
about
strange,
everything.
and like honestly, I call them like the grandmas that like I don't know what they do all day. Like I think like I keep on stressing that this is a college, it's not a retirement home. So you know you're gonna hear a little chatter every once in a while coming from other rooms.
Yeah, it was just weird. Then what, ooh, this lighting though. Then what happened was, one day we came up, and there's always weird smells coming from these girls, like, their room.
Like one time I walked into our little kitchen and I was like, what is that smell? Like we didn't even cook anything. Why does it smell like this? And then I walked
No,
into
you
the
started yelling at me,
hallway.
you're like, what'd you make? I'm like, I haven't even made anything.
So I walked into the hallway and the girl walked by and I was like, what is that smell? It smells horrible. And she was like, oh, we're cooking. And I was like, oh. And I kind of felt bad because I just insulted her, but I didn't realize. And I was like, oh. She's like, oh, I'm cooking. And I'm like, ugh. Like it was weird. But like it was always like this strange smell. It wasn't like a normal cooking
And
smell.
the problem with college
It
is,
smelled like something
if
died.
No, someone on your floor is cooking something, you can just smell it throughout the full hallway. Like, if it's a Tuesday, you're like, oh, Taco Tuesday for them.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like, they're making gravy. Like, you just kind of know.
You just
so
know,
it just
yeah.
seeps into everything. So time went on. A lot of these different things were just kind of happening. We were just noticing they were kind of cooking strange things. They were always playing this weird music, and we were just always hearing it. But you know, us being us, mind our own business, it didn't even bother us. We weren't even affected.
You know, we were just being normal college students, having people in our
The amount of
dorm.
times, I want to know how many times we said college. We should have
But
like a little number.
oh yeah, drinking. But we were just like laughing, having some fun. Like we weren't having any parties.
Okay.
We weren't playing any loud music.
Specifics. We had 2 people in our room, and naturally we are louder people. I'm not like gonna deny that. I'm not gonna hide that.
Yeah.
We do tend to have louder voices.
But you know what? It shouldn't be enough for you to get like hear it from the other room.
Yeah, like
You know,
that. I would understand if we were playing music, if we were having a party, we had like 20 people in here. No, we had 2
that
people.
is not the case.
So we had 2 people in our room. We were quietly talking, and then they left probably around 10:15, 10:30. It was a Thursday
But
night.
as they were leaving, they noticed something was on our door. They're like, "Oh my God, look at this! What is this?" And we're like, "What?"
So
and
our
there
friends-
these people left a note on our door.
I actually have a picture of it. I'll insert the note right here. We're like, what is going on? It was the girls that lived next door from us, and I guess they heard us.
And honestly, here's my thing: like, we are not being loud at all, and that is so passive aggressive to like leave a note like that. Like, I just feel like, what's the point of that? Because we're not gonna see it until our friends leave.
So then 2 days pass, and it was a Saturday night, and it was 11:30 to be exact. I remember the time.
We were getting ready to go out for the night.
And yeah, so we had maybe 5 or 6 people in our room. Everyone was just meeting here, and then
we were just
leaving.
talking like very quietly.
Everyone was probably in a room for a total of 5 minutes. So we hear the knock on the door, and I'm like, me being myself, I thought it was my friend Maggie. So I'm like, yes, Maggie, yes, lay. And I'm opening up the door, and
It was not Maggie.
it was not Maggie. Nope, it was the girl that lives next door to us in a robe, and she was all like mad. Hey, like my roommate's like trying to sleep, and I'm like trying to study, and like. Can
She
you
was
just,
being,
quiet
but she was
down?
being very rude about it. She was like, "I hear those girls in the background," and we're like, "Damn."
And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We're leaving in 5 minutes. We'll totally like be quiet. We're gonna quiet down. I didn't even realize that you could hear us. And she was like, no, it's not you. It's the girls.
It was weird. So we just kind of
Oh my
closed the door on her, and we're like, "Oh." Okay.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like we're leaving. Bye.
and we were like, "Oh my God."
At first I felt bad, but I was like, wait, like this is weird to me because it was literally a Saturday night. I have a
Mind
4-day
you,
weekend.
keep in mind, it's a Friday night. It's
No,
a
Saturday,
4-day
Saturday.
weekend. Whatever. It's a 4-day weekend. It's like 11 o'clock. If you're trying to study in the library, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know like what to tell you. So the night went on. I ended up coming back later in the night, and with 2 of my friends, we had like McDonald's, and we're talking very quietly in our room. Now this is when the attack happens, as I would like to say.
The attack.
So we get
Oh
another
yeah,
knock
by the
on-
way, I wasn't back yet. So I was getting back maybe like 45 minutes
Yeah.
after Luke.
So we get a knock on the door, and I'm thinking it's Cooper like coming back for the night, and I was like, oh okay, I didn't think anything of it. And I open the door. It's the other girl from next door, one of the roommates, and she just starts yelling at me, like doesn't even care, like just everything was gone out the window. She starts saying, "You guys need to quiet down. How dare you? I'm trying to sleep. My roommate's trying to study." It's like 2 o'clock on a Saturday.
No,
night,
it was
but okay.
always she was trying to sleep and she was trying to study. It was like a script. It's like
Yeah,
it was kind of like a
I
Grammy
honestly-
award-winning speech.
I
Like,
honestly feel like I was being punked or something. I was like bringing out the cameras, like what is going, like why are you yelling? I was genuinely confused because we were just talking very quietly in a room, and I didn't think that would be anything. Like why would she hear that? Like
why?
It's just are they spying on it? Like I don't get it. You know what I mean? So my one friend was like, "Oh, is that the RA?" And I was like, "No, it's just some random girl." And then I closed the door, and she kind of just like rolled her eyes at me, and it was like very strange.
It
Say
just
something.
wasn't adding up because you know when you're being loud or someone could hear.
And we were not being loud. That was like the thing. So I was.
You know,
just
like when it's
confused,
towards
yeah.
the end of the night, everyone's kind of just like chill, just like talking about the night. Like these girls, weren't they like about to leave too?
And honestly, like for us, like we are very like nice people. Like I try not to have any conflict, but like they were just getting me so mad. We weren't doing anything wrong.
So then I get back maybe 30 minutes. Like he was back at 2:30. The 2 girls left. I got back at maybe 3:15 with my 2 other friends, and we were in our room just quietly talking again about the night they were about to leave.
So then nothing ended up happening, but the next morning we woke up, and then this is when shit hit the fan. But
Silly.
basically, so I was walking out of my dorm. It was probably 12 o'clock the next day in the morning. I was leaving to go to the dining hall to get some food, and then all of a sudden, I was waiting for the elevator. I hear someone behind me. I didn't think anything of it, but it turns out that it was like the girl next door that like tried yelling at me the night before. And then all of a sudden, she like realized it was me, and she goes, "Hey, do you know where the RA is?" And I was like, "No, I don't actually." All of a
I
sudden,
thought she was like realizing it was you. Like
Yeah.
she didn't know like it was us. Yeah.
because I turned around, and then all of a sudden she goes back into monster mode. You know, you guys were really loud last night. Yada yada yada. I heard you till 4 a.m. Like, how dare you? And then me and Cooper said, next time they say something, I'm just gonna defend ourselves.
Yeah, because this whole time they were like almost attacking us, and we were just being
I was
nice
like, no, it's
about
fine
it. And
for
we're like,
us.
okay.
So I said right back to her, I said, you know, like, I'm sorry that you couldn't sleep, but that's on you because, you know, we were talking in a very quiet tone and we made sure to. So I don't know why you couldn't sleep, but I really don't know what to say. And then I got onto the elevator as she was rolling her eyes, and I was like, bye, like, I'm getting out of here.
Bye, bitch.
I ended up getting my food. I came back, and then that's when we noticed another note.
Yeah,
on
so
the
he
door.
comes into the room, and you're like, oh my god, there's another note on the door, and you won't believe what just happened to me. And I'm like, what?
So I told
then-
him what happened, how the girl attacked me, basically, verbally attacked.
So we're reading this note, and we're like, these girls are
Crazy.
Just, like, another note. Like, is this like note gate? Like, I don't
Yeah,
get it. Like,
I don't-
are
yeah.
we passing notes? Is this Dear John? Like,
Yeah.
at least slide it under the door so we can see it. Like,
This one I realized how petty and passive aggressive they are. It's not
I took
very
that
sure.
note. I was just furious. I'm like, these people really, like, I'm paying so much money to be in this storm, and I can't, like, I have to be threatened about
Physically
talking
threatened.
too
Well,
loudly
threatened.
in my room by these girls. I would get it if the RA across the hall was saying something, or
No
the
one
vice-
ever complained about them.
So I took the note, and this is what we wrote back on it.
I was
on
like,
the
let's just be
backside.
petty for a second. We flipped their note over, wrote on it, and then put it back onto their door.
Our friends were like, oh, you guys should, like, tape headphones to the door.
Yeah.
But, like, whatever. So, of course,
So
we started out
this
like,
is
hey,
what
guys.
our note said. We put it on their door, and for a couple days we didn't hear a peep out
Didn't
of
hear
them.
a
It
peep.
worked.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, it worked. Like, they're shook, they're shaky, and
They were
so
shook.
nervous.
They were shook.
They were like, oh, like, wow, they're gonna write a note back to us, like we're in kindergarten. Oh my god. Yeah, so it was like 2 days later. Long story short, our
Long story short.
one friend, she had a friend from high school sleeping over. Okay,
Keep in mind.
so Luke was in the bathroom brushing his teeth, like all the lights were out. I was sleeping in my bed. Well, not sleeping in my bed. I was just like in the covers, just like quietly talking to my friend who was on the air mattress. And you know, like at a sleepover when you're just quietly talking to someone, like you're about to be Squidward,
Yes,
and your
yes,
eyes are
yeah.
about to like shut.
Very
Like that was
quietly.
us. Like that was the mood. That was the scene. Just like quietly talking. So I guess my
I know
bed is right next to the other girl's bed on the other side of the wall. So I
Who
guess she
knows?
heard me quietly talking to my friend.
Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we heard a boom, bang, bang.
So
I was so scared, I
You were in the
jumped.
other room. So my friend was on like the air mattress. I flew off my bed. I thought
We
it was
all
ISIS.
screamed. We all
I thought
screamed.
they were like gunshots because we're in the city. I'm like, holy sh! I was like,
I ran out of the bathroom. I was like,
what?
what the hell was that? Like,
And this was not the intro to like bang bang. It took like this was a boom boom boom. I was
like,
like,
I think it was her saying like, "Shut up!"
like
in
she
the middle
was
of the
like
night,
fed.
yeah.
I guess she heard me.
And we all screamed
I was
after
like,
that because we were scared.
how does one react?
But
to
then
it?
from us screaming, she did it again. We heard another boom, boom, boom on like the wall. It was crazy.
I just kept thinking, I'm like, doesn't her like hand hurt from like just hitting the
and
wall?
we knew it was her, but honestly, at that point, I was like, do they have something locked up in there? Someone trying to like break free, like out of the cage? Like I really
It was like, do you
don't
have an
know.
animal behind? Like,
But it
is
was
there a
her.
gorilla
It was
in your
her.
room?
Yeah. Like I knew they're crazy, but do they have like some sort of like hyena or like orangutan in there trying to break free, banging on the wall? I don't know.
I could barely even hear my friend talking. So I'm like, these girls are just reaching. At the end of that weekend, I guess our RA was away for the weekend. We get an email from our RA.
Yeah,
like
and
the
she
whole
was-
floor
and
gets an email.
Obviously, those girls like tattletaled on us like we were in like 5th grade, and she was like, "Oh, so I heard it was a little loud over this weekend. Like, keep in mind silent hours, yada yada yada." And it just got me mad. I was like, "Whatever." It's so
like it was to
stupid.
the whole floor, but you already know that was directed towards
It was
us.
like
and
at
I was
us
like,
next time, at us, yeah. But
these girls.
Yeah.
So time went on after the email, and I'm like, okay, finally, like these girls just stopped. We kept on having like people in our room, like nothing happened. They weren't complaining.
Yeah.
Like, okay, good. So again, we had 2 people in our room. We were all just quietly talking in a circle, and all of a sudden we hear a knock on the door, and I'm like,
and keep in mind now, whenever we get a knock on our door, we're like, "Oh my god!" We're like,
oh
"No,
my God.
it's them."
Like every
Like,
time like we have people over, we're always checking the door. I'm like, is there another note? Like, what is there gonna be? So I go and open up the door, and to my surprise, it's not the girl that lives next door to us. It's not her roommate. It's not the RA. No, it's campus security.
Yeah.
Yep, a guy with the badge and everything. Like, looked like he was about to like arrest some people.
Yeah,
like, okay. So I'm like, hello, hi sir, and he's like, hi, can I see your ID? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, here's my ID. And he's like, oh, let me see like the other resident that
I
lives in
think
this
he
room.
was like confused because he was some of these girls called campus security on us. Like they went from like we're not even gonna knock on the door, we're just gonna call straight up campus security. But the campus security, they were probably expecting like a big party, like we got a noise complaint. They were probably confused because there was we obviously
No
weren't
noise,
loud at all.
no
we were in
music.
pajamas. We were about to go to bed. We were like, "Why are you here?" I think he was confused too. So
I
then
was like,
he
okay.
left, and then after that, me and Cooper, we were like furious. Like
I'm
our
like-
friends had to like calm us down.
Are you serious? Like, you're really gonna call campus security? Like, we're not even talking loud.
I know. But anyway, so we ended up knocking on the door because we knew we had to say something, and we tried to be nice. We were like, "Hey, next time, like we might be too loud. Just like knock
text
on the
us,
door,
like, here's
text
our
us."
number.
And she, like her body language, she opened the door and she was like. She was like so nonchalant about the whole thing, and it was making me mad because like she did not care.
Girl, you were no, she said in quotes, I was gonna go to bed in like 30 minutes and I heard some noise. Girl, just like be a normal person and knock on the door, like what? Like what? You could.
So then I said to her, I was like, all of our friends were listening, like they were dying of laughter. And I said to her, it's very rude for you to call campus security on us, like because at this point we've had enough.
You were
And
so
so,
mad.
yeah.
I was trying to be nice
and then
about
she
it.
was like, oh yeah, and, like she did not care.
She's like, is he having a problem? Like I heard you guys.
I don't know, it was stupid. So she closed the door, we walked away, and that was honestly that. We haven't heard from them since.
I just laugh at it now.
We laugh about it now. It's honestly funny. Our friends joke about it. They like knock on our door and like run
sometimes.
away because they know we're gonna get like nervous about it thinking it's them. Okay, so that was our first ever storytime video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Plenty more of these to come.
Yeah,
so many
definitely.
things are always happening
Mocking
to
our
us.
crazy lives.
Okay, so more of the story here is whenever people are being rude and like a situation,
You always
is-
have to stick up for yourself when you know you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
just
we
stick up for
get.
yourself.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're gonna have to deal with some crazies along the way.
Laugh it off. It's not that serious at the end of the day.
Yeah. So while you're here, definitely hit that like button,
Leave
subscribe.
a comment down below.
Definitely follow our personal accounts on Instagram and our photography
us,
account. We're always trying to get new content up there. We have a lot more photo shoots coming up, so
Definitely a lot more videos to come.
a
So.
lot more videos to come, a lot more photos to
Yeah.
come. So
Bye,
bye
guys.
guys.